with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to have a 1st down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. On 1st down, Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Bengals set to take over. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
Six yards left on second down.
Now Joe Mixon. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
83 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Now they run with Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. On second down now. Mixon, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. All right, here we go. The field goal unit staying on the sideline here at OT. They're going for it on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
1st and goal from the 3.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out. The turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that